Live from NBC4. This is the Channel 4 News at 11.
And tonight it's Inauguration Eve, and this is where 10 hours from now, the nation's 44th president, Barack Obama, will address the country and the world. He will be sworn into office at 9 a.m. our time tomorrow.
Tonight, you can feel the excitement growing as millions of people pack the nation's capital despite freezing temperatures and unprecedented security. NBC4's Steve Handelsman's live tonight for us in Washington. Steve.
Washington, where even today, on the anniversary of the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., President-elect Barack Obama doesn't want to say much about being America's first black president. But talking about bipartisanship, that's something entirely different. And that was his main theme this evening here in D.C. Across Washington tonight, pre-inaugural ball celebrated the president-elect.
I've never felt so patriotic in my entire life.
Barack Obama tonight celebrated bipartisanship.
Thank you, John McCain.
That's right, a dinner to honor the Republican he ran against. And Mr. Obama's been meeting with McCain to get advice.
I want you to join us in making this bipartisan dinner not just an inaugural tradition, but a new way of doing business in this city.
Earlier, the president-elect performed public service, painting a homeless shelter to honor Martin Luther King on his birthday and to emulate King's call to action.
Everybody's going to have to pitch in, and I think American people are ready to do that.
The security plan is ready in Washington, streets already closed, and the bridges from Virginia. Cops from around the region deputized to help out. And the huge pilgrimage to the nation's capital continues tonight. This was Philadelphia. A lucky few picked up tickets, good seats to the swearing in or the parade.
We got them.
Can I have a kiss?
Yeah!
Businessman Earl Stafford is spending $2 million to bring in people who couldn't afford the trip, like Sylvester Williams, 100 years old. His dream is coming true.
Thank you, Lord. Lord been good to me. I've seen the president, black president, in the White House.
Black president in the White House? Not yet. A few more hours. In his inaugural address, sworn in his inaugural address there in the west front of the U.S. Capitol at midday, Barack Obama hopes to inspire Americans to make the tough choices that he will say are needed to get us out of our economic crisis. But then comes his parade and the inaugural balls. Live from Washington, I'm Steve Handelsman reporting. And now back to you.
All right, Steve. Tonight, the stage is set as one president leaves the White House and the next one gets ready to begin a challenging new journey. NBC4's Chuck Henry is here now. He looks ahead to tomorrow for us. Chuck.
Well, in fact, some people are simply not going to bed tonight in Washington. Amid a light snowfall, some have decided to stay out all night along the Washington Mall. It is cold, but it's also historic. On his last night in the White House, President Bush had a quiet family dinner with his wife, daughters, and son-in-law.
Welcome to Washington.
Barack Obama is spending the night across the street at Blair House. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., the Obamas will walk across Pennsylvania Avenue to the White House for coffee with the Bushes. Then the four of them will motorcade together to the Capitol for the swearing-in. All of this under the protection of 25,000 police, federal agents, and National Guardsmen. Overhead, helicopters and jets will enforce a strict no-fly zone.
All right, bring us in, Mark.
And the Coast Guard patrol boats, armed with machine guns, will patrol Washington's waterfront. And tomorrow, we'll get a look at another form of enhanced security, the new Cadillac presidential limousine.
One of the things is that they wanted more outward visibility for the occupants. So there was a little bit more glass space, a little more windows, a little bit taller profile.
Who won't be at the inaugural? Robert Gates, the Secretary of Defense. That's because he's the designated successor should some catastrophic event occur tomorrow. The one cabinet member who would be somewhere else, safely watching the inaugural from an undisclosed location. And we learned that Vice President Dick Cheney will be at the inaugural, but in a wheelchair. Cheney said he pulled a muscle moving boxes. There is another big story that's buzzing around Washington. It's a tidbit that Vice President Joe Biden's wife let slip on the Oprah Winfrey Show today.
Joe had the choice to be Secretary of State or Vice President. And I said, Joe, no. Well, okay, he did. So,
He had a choice? Well, a Biden spokeswoman later denied that that was the case in a statement mailed out to reporters. Paul?
All right, Chuck, thanks. Tonight, big plans for the inaugural are taking shape right here in Southern California. NBC4's Beverly White is live in downtown Los Angeles with that part of our story tonight. Bev?
Well, Paul, the Lakers game just let out, but area road closures are underway as we speak. Tonight, downtown is setting the stage for politics, that other great American spectator sport. They're billing it as the city's biggest inaugural viewing party at LA Live's Nokia Plaza. Judging by the dimensions of the outdoor TV screens, they could be right. But at Occidental College, Barack Obama's undergraduate alma mater, the Keck Theater is standing by for a standing room only viewing party. Nearby, the bookstore is brimming with Obama memorabilia, and the campus bristles with Obama pride.
He came from here, and we're all proud of him and really happy.
There are only 3 California colleges and universities that can claim a president. Whittier, of course, with Richard Nixon, Stanford with Herbert Hoover, and now Occidental with Barack Obama.
TGI Fridays in Ladera Heights is among 900 Fridays nationwide, preparing to do it up big. TVs typically tuned to sports will offer patrons a chance to share presidential history.
We have a staff that's coming in at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to do streamers, balloons, arches, and we have some giveaways that we're going to be giving away to our guests.
But not everyone can break away to watch the entire inaugural. This man forecasts a steady turnout in his workplace business lounge.
Co-workers, I'm sure, as well as clients will be there. And so to see it happen and to see the country come together and to elect him is really something to celebrate, I think.
And the TV viewing and events here at LA Live start at 7 a.m. At Occidental College, they begin at 8 a.m. And the organizers tell us no matter where you go in the Southland, you can leave your overcoat at home. Reporting live in downtown, I'm Beverly White, Channel 4 News.
All right, Beverly, not the case certainly in Washington. In fact, in Washington, just about everybody's getting ready for the big day in one way or another. In fact, just try to get a hair appointment anywhere near the Capitol tomorrow. D.C. salons are reporting a huge bump in business as people prepare for all the big events tomorrow night. Same thing at the Washington tuck shops as men get fitted to look sharp on Inauguration night.
And there's still the scramble for tickets. Craigslist and other websites have hundreds of ads from people still looking for tickets and people trying to sell them.
Our live coverage of the inauguration begins at 7:30 tomorrow morning. We'll also stream all of the day's events live on our website, NBCLosAngeles.com.
All right, big day tomorrow. Meantime, as we continue tonight, coming up, that jet that landed on water in New York may have had problems a couple of days before.
Also, another wealthy investor has disappeared. We'll have more on that story coming up next.
And later, they are catching the red eye to history. Live Obama drama at 11:15.
You're watching the Channel 4 News at 11. Another hedge fund manager has disappeared, and investigators say millions of dollars are gone as well. 75-year-old Arthur Nadell was reported missing by his family members last week. Police say he seemed very distraught in a note left for his family. One investor says the fund he handled was worth as much as $350 million. Police have received several complaints from investors who say they lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The crew of that U.S. Airways jet that went down on the Hudson River last week will attend tomorrow's presidential inauguration. Federal investigators now confirm that the jet experienced a compressor failure 2 days before the crash. Now, the flight data recorders were found intact and will be examined in Washington, D.C., and investigators tell us they seem to confirm that the Airbus 320 hit the flock of birds and lost power to both engines at the same time.
Tonight, a deadly fire has turned into a murder investigation in Los Alamitos. A woman's body was found inside a burning apartment at about 5:30 tonight. Now, investigators suspect the fire was set to cover up a murder. They've identified the suspect as 25-year-old Joseph Elias George Etima. He is believed to be related to the victim. Neighbors report hearing screams from the burning apartment. They also say a child who lived at the house told them his brother had stabbed his grandmother.
Turning to the weather, say goodbye to summer and winter and hello to a chance of rain. Fritz is up next with your forecast.
Also, famous people making pledges to help the new president. We'll have more in a live report coming up next.
The night before parties are now winding down in Washington, D.C., where it is now 2:15 in the morning. But some people may actually be waking up soon to get ready for Inauguration Day, and others are still en route. NBC4's Patrick Healy is live in Long Beach, where several people just caught the red eye back to D.C. Patrick.
Paul, Colleen, between those who had commitments today and those who got their inspiration at the last moment, it's fair to say there are going to be more than a few inaugural attendees viewing the ceremonies through the red eyes they are now acquiring on overnight flights to the Capitol.
Name tags. Who needs a name tag?
Tonight at Long Beach Airport,
Obama.
Yeah. At JetBlue, its last call for the last flight to D.C. before the inauguration.
I was never interested before. This is a big one. I was determined to make it.
How long have you been planning this?
Would you believe about an hour?
It was a call from his sister-in-law that convinced Levester Williams, if ever there was a time to try his luck flying standby,
this is that time.
It's monumental. We want to be a part of it.
Sue Langevin knows she and her son and friend Lisa Smalling won't be real close to the Capitol, despite planning this pilgrimage since before the election.
No tickets. We got denied twice. Didn't win any lottery.
Oh, darn.
But you know what? We're just going to be there, be part of the crowds, and just have a good time.
This is the reason why we came to America.
Yes.
Australian Daniel Nolan said he scheduled his whole vacation around the inauguration.
We just want to be part of the atmosphere.
Which will be freezing when they get into D.C. about 6 a.m.
I ski in this jacket all the time, and it's fine.
I got my video camera. My boy, he's 3 years old, and a little girl, 7 months old. And so this is all for them.
I pledge. I pledge. I pledge.
Going before the camera earlier, many of the incoming president's Hollywood boosters recorded pledges of service to country for a video posted on MySpace.
I know you got a pledge. What's your pledge?
No shortage of enthusiasm here or at the airport.
I can't wait. High five.
High five. High five. So what's a few red eyes on Inauguration Day? Live at Long Beach Airport, Patrick Healy, Channel 4 News.
Students at a high school in Pomona have produced a very emotional video message for our new president. It's about their struggles to achieve the American dream in the middle of a recession.
We're like 4 months behind rent.
We moved with our aunt. There are currently 12 of us in a one-room house, so do the math. It's really hard because, like my mom, I see her struggling.
These 10th graders say they taped this unscripted for a class project. They plan to deliver the DVD to both the new president and the governor. The entire video, titled "Is Anybody Listening?" can be seen on YouTube.
All right. More mixed news in the housing front tonight. Home sales are starting to show a little bit of life again, but most of those sales, it appears, are, you got it, foreclosures. The real estate tracking firm MDA DataQuick says that foreclosures accounted for more than half of the nearly 20,000 homes sold last month in the greater Southern California area. We're talking 56%. Meantime, the value of most homes has fallen. The median home price in Southern California is now $278,000. At this time last year, it was $425,000. That's a drop of 35%.
There is new research tonight that supports the belief of most scientists that the world is slowly getting warmer. In fact, last year ranks in the top 10 warmest years of all time, coming in at number 8, according to the National Center that collects such data. The 10 warmest years on record have all taken place since 1997.
Well, if the world's getting warmer after a wonderful weekend back here, we are getting, I'm going to let Fritz tell you. Here he is.
We're getting cooler and we're getting wetter, hopefully. We had some mid-level clouds blowing through today. Started the day kind of dark, thought maybe the rain's showing up early, then it cleared out. We had another beautiful day. The 9th day, 80 degrees plus. That set a record for the month of January, dating back to 1983. Rain is on the way after a day tomorrow very similar to today, sort of a transitional day. Some of the warmer spots may go 80 degrees. It looks like the greatest opportunity for rain to arrive in the LA basin late in the day Wednesday into overnight Wednesday, maybe Tuesday night in Santa Barbara. This will be a moderate rainfall, maybe a ½ inch to an inch in the coastal plain. That would be the coast and the valleys, up to 2 inches in the lower elevations of the mountains. This is a southerly flow of moisture, so very warm air, snow level above 8,000 feet, not doing the local mountains much good. We have a surf advisory in effect till tomorrow. This is a west swell, 4 to 5 feet, west-facing beaches at both Ventura and LA County. And the temps will drop into the 60s when the rain comes, and even cooler beyond that. We could be looking at maybe 50s for daytime highs when we get into the weekend, Saturday and maybe Sunday. Inauguration weather, cool. It's been in the 20s there all week. Just slightly warmer tomorrow, maybe 31 or 32 degrees. Mostly cloudy. A 30% chance of light snow showers after 1 o'clock. That means it would miss the swearing in, but may hit the parade. And cool winds out of the north, 10 to 15 miles an hour, but beautiful no matter what the weather is. Mid and upper 40s to low 50s, 52 in Ontario, 54 in Riverside, a little cooler than last night. These highs tomorrow, very little difference from today's temperatures for the last day, as we get the last day, the 10th day of 80-plus temperatures with a moderate offshore flow. 81 in Burbank and Glendale, 80 inland Orange County back through the San Gabriel Valley, 72 along the south coast, 4 degrees warmer along the north coast, 80 at Thousand Oaks and Simi, 81 degrees at Northridge. Mathis Brothers 7-day outlook for LA, Ventura, and Orange County. Say goodbye to it tomorrow. Back to reality. Cooler temperatures, a chance to get wet. Probably late in the day Wednesday. The work gets done overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning. Clearing out but staying cool, normal temperatures with some clouds. And the coolest day is going to be Sunday, when we're in the mid and upper 50s everywhere. A cool winter day. There's a look at the Inland Empire. Or here's a look at the Inland Empire coming up shortly. If you ever have questions about the weather, we would recommend the Weather Channel or weather.com, two great resources for weather.
We can imagine what the Inland Empire would look like.
There it is. Pick a number and attach yourself to it. See you later.
Thanks, Fritz. You know, when it comes to being happy, Americans have reached a record low, and no, it's not because of the economy. A new University of Chicago survey shows the number of unhappy Americans has reached its highest level since 1972. The survey was taken between April and August of last year, before the economy took its biggest dive. 14% of Americans said they're not too happy. More than half said, well, they were pretty happy. And about a third described themselves as very happy. Researchers say marital status plays a big part in their mood. Those who are hitched tend to be happier.
All right, tomorrow, on top of everything else, you can get a freebie.
You can get free cosmetics. Find out where next.
Also coming up, Kobe versus LeBron. Modern day stays unbeaten. And a race that gives new meaning to trailer trash. All on the NBC4 Sports Desk.
Tomorrow, stores like Macy's and Target, among others, will be giving away free makeup. The giveaway is to settle a class action lawsuit that alleged price fixing. The stores admit no wrongdoing, but have agreed to give away $175 million in cosmetics. Brands include Estee Lauder, Chanel, L'Oreal, and Christian Dior. Customers will be able to choose from products specifically set aside for the giveaway. It's first come, first serve, one item per customer until the supplies run out. For a complete list of the stores and the brands being given away, go to our website, NBCLosAngeles.com, and type the words free cosmetics in the search box.
This is the NBC4 Sports Desk with Fred Rogan.
Hello again, the marquee red, Lakers versus Cavs, but the underlying story, Kobe versus LeBron, the two best players in the NBA squaring off. The matchup, though, looked like it wouldn't happen opening minutes. Kobe dislocated his right ring finger while guarding James. Obviously, he was in pain. He had it taped, and he continued in the game. And LeBron got it going in the first half. He spun. He hit the fall away. James with 10.5. Kobe did not let that finger bother him. Final seconds. The jumper over LeBron. Kobe with only 5.5. Lakers down 1 at the break. Third quarter. Kobe heated up. A fall away over James. Lakers on a 13-3 run. They led by 7. But James didn't have the game he would have liked. He was only 9 of 25. No stopping that. He finished with 23 points. The Cavs down 9 after 3. Fourth quarter, Kobe, the move of the night, backing in on LeBron. And then drilling the turnaround to beat the clock. Kobe, 9 of 22 for 20 points. The Lakers in control. Bryant also finished with 12 assists. Here comes an alley-oop. And that will go to Trevor Ariza, taking care of business. Lakers beat the Cavs 105-88. The matchup was a push for Kobe and LeBron.
In the win over Milwaukee.
This afternoon at Staples, Clippers and Timberwolves. Marcus Camby, the latest to join the walking wounded, out with an injured ankle. Pick it up in the fourth. Clippers playing catch-up. Rookie DeAndre Jordan grabbed the rebound and laid it in. 8 points and 10 boards at his first career start. That cut the lead to 2. That was as close as they would get. Al Jefferson throwing his weight around for the bucket and the foul. Minnesota won it 94-86. Clippers have dropped 13 of their last 14. College football, USC named Jeremy Bates the new quarterback's coach and assistant head coach of offense. Bates an assistant with the Denver Broncos the past 3 years. High school basketball, Gary McKnight and top-ranked Mater Dei in Springfield, Mass. for the Hoop Hall Classic. Monarchs in white playing Whitney Young of Chicago. Second half, watch the passing by Mater Dei. Travis Ware finishing with the jam. He had a team-high 24. And later, a quick pass to Travis's twin brother, David Ware, for 2 of his 18. The Ware twins wearing out Whitney Young. Mater Dei won it 86-61. They're 18-0. Finally, for all of you who get frustrated driving behind that slow-moving camper trailer on the 405, this is for you. From the UK, it's the annual Caravan British Grand Prix. Drivers race around the quarter-mile track, pulling camper shells at high rates of speed. What happens when there's a bottleneck in the middle of the race? Well, the racers simply plow right through, taking everything out in the way. You might ask yourself what kind of person would put themselves through this type of carnage. I believe that the sign speaks for itself.
This has been the NBC4 Sports Desk with Fred Rogan.
Now, you know, a lot of people are excited about tomorrow.
But take a look at this. Somehow this little guy stands out in the crowd. His story is next.
I'm a little brother. Obama made me proud. Everybody work together. We put Obama in the house.
Yeah, get down. He's 6 years old, another one of those YouTube overnight sensations. That's rapper Lil Yanni from Oakland, laying down some positive rhymes about President-elect Barack Obama. The rap was actually written by the boy's grandma, who said that she was tired of all the negativity in rap music. What a cutie.
You think he's got producers lining up as we speak to sign him?
No question about it. None.
I bet Grandma comes as a package deal. What do you think? All right. That wraps it up for us tonight. Don't forget, today in LA with the latest news, morning drive traffic, and Alita's updated forecast. It all starts at 5 a.m.
And tomorrow morning will be history in the making. A lot leading up to this. See it all as it begins to unfold tomorrow on Today in LA.
And for the latest news 24 hours a day, just go to our website, nbcla.com.
Now stay tuned for the Tonight Show, #1 in these United States with Jay Leno. And tonight, Mr. Leno and company will welcome
Jimmy Fallon, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Leanne Womack.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock.
Good night.